Well, hello. Oh my God, you must be excited. There's another trade show happening in Dubai. Best place on the planet to really come and really find leads, connect, and really elaborate and elevate your sales, your industry, and basically connect to people that are making movers and shakers in this industry. It's all about the Middle East energy show in Dubai. It's happening at the Trade Center, and I'm going to be there, and I'm sure most of you will be there as well. Well, here's the thing. I've been doing trade shows for quite a long time, and I find there's a lot of problems. We got a lot of problems we got to fix. And so I'm here to tell you all those problems to look out for so that you don't make them. Isn't it better if other people make mistakes and you can learn from them? Or maybe you just want to learn your own mistakes. Up to you. I'll give you the option. But my name's Rachel Meuleman, and I've been hustling trade shows for decades. I started probably good 30 years ago, almost back in New York City, Jacob Javits Center to Las Vegas, and really doing it in the States and California before the whole internet even took off, where we couldn't even find people. Now the internet took off. We can now have access to people, but really, you know how many people are trying to reach the people that you're trying to get to? Probably a lot. So what's going to make you kind of stick out from the crowd? Personally, for me, it's one thing. It's you in person to feel that energy. It's a 5 sense overload. And I'm going to show you what you could do and things you could utilize while you're here in Dubai. So it's all about maximizing sales leads at this trade show. Specifically, we're talking about Middle East Energy Show happening in Dubai. It's the Middle East. I've been here for 16 years, and I can't wait to tell you how you're going to maximize this. So let's get right to it. As I mentioned, I've been here doing this for a long time. I even won some great awards. I got to brag just for a little bragging rights. So you go, who's this lady? What's she doing? But actually, Business Consultant of the Year last year, Global Women 200 Power Leaders, boom, boom. Got to do something for that title, right? And a little bit most innovative lead generation, because I got something special I launched last year that's very unique and very special. So I'm going to tell you more about that. But yeah, I've been in the Gulf for 16 years, and I've been going to every trade show there is. You name it, I've been there. I've gone, whether it be a sponsor, whether it be an attendee, even the MC, they're hiring me to come and help people connect. And that's my passion, elevate sales through human connections. That's what I want to show you how to do. So it's all about relationship building in the Middle East. And I'll tell you exactly how you can optimize your time and do it effectively. I've worked across different industries. So when you talk about what experience have I had, it's really across some of these big boys, the real estate, the IT, the fintech, the IT, FMCG, media, there's big industries here that I play in, and I love what I'm doing. And so I can't wait to share it with you. So what we're going to talk about today is all about how to optimize your time. If you're coming to this event, you most likely have gotten on a plane. You have to stay in a hotel. You may or may not be in your time zone, so you get a lot of things to worry about. But why would you come all this way if you don't strategize your plan? So I love the saying that say, fail to plan, plan to fail. That's my motto. And here we're going to go into the event app. You better have downloaded it. The preparation that you should have done before you got here, the engagement while you're on the show floor, and the follow-up to ensure that you know exactly what to do and make the most of it. So listen, the show is not going to look like this, but this is a great AI image. Here is what's the most important, the 10 pain points across trade shows. So whether you're exhibiting or whether you're just coming to check it out and see what's going on, here are some big issues. And I've been a sponsor before, so I've taken out tons of sponsorship, options where I can get ground floor. I could stick a whole bunch of salespeople there. And next thing you know, they're there for days. And this event goes for 3 days long. They're there for days, and they're just waiting for the customer to come over to their stand. Does it happen? Sometimes. Could the customer be at that show? Absolutely. In the Middle East Energy Show, your customers are there. And you know where they are? They're not necessarily walking up to your stand to go engage with your salesperson. They may be walking the floor just checking out what's going on. They may, and I guarantee most of them are on panel discussions. That's where the C-level guys are, the decision makers, the movers and shakers that people want to know what they're doing to drive this industry forward. So they are there. And guess what? That app is going to have everybody that's there. So you want to use that like your Bible. or your Quran, wherever you're from and what you rely on, this is exactly how you're going to use that app. I want you to think about this as your database, your encyclopedia, if you're old enough to remember those. And those are where you're going to get all the contact and information that you need. You're going to have to research because this stuff doesn't just fall into your lap. You're going to have to do a little hard work. And here are some of the problems I want to make sure you don't do. Lead qualification. Don't just grab cards to grab cards. Untrained booth staff. That might be too late in some situations. Technology failures, insufficient follow-up, budget restraints and constraints, and cultural differences. The whole world is doing business in Dubai right now. The whole world. That means that if you, doesn't matter where you're from, there are lots of cultures to be sensitive to. So let's get to the app first before we go far. You got the QR codes that you can scan. If you don't have business cards, it's totally fine. You're going to be able to use the registration tag that everyone's wearing around their neck. Some people have it backwards to hide who they are. But I'm going to show you the app and why this is so important. I'm also going to show you what happens when you do find a business card and how you could use it on the app so that you don't have to necessarily stick it in your bag, forget, but you could right then and there keep track of every single contact you make. What about my contacts? This is going to be on the app and show you, just like a CRM, how you could track everyone you met and then book a meeting. So this is interesting as well. So let's get right to it. The badge, everyone has their badge. The idea is that you're going to have your app. The app looks like this. So if you didn't download it, what are you waiting for? It's time to do it. It's right there and it's really simple. It gives you all the information in one place. You definitely should use it, okay? This is really important. It has all your exhibitors, it has the speakers, it has the event, it has the map in most cases, and here it has a scan button. And the scan has two things. One, the QR code on each one of the badges. You can scan really simple just by clicking this button right here and going right into QR code. And then you have the business card, right? So that means if you want to see a business card and just grab it, just like a CRM, I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is. Scan that card. Now be wary. What happens when you use some of these technical digital devices? The card information may or may not be 100% accurate. So I tell you because you got to check. You got to check the names. Look at this. Just that's not the email. Want to make sure you got the right one. Cross-reference when you're uploading this data. Do not assume that this technology can do it as good as a human. And even a human makes these errors, right? The cool thing is once you save it, you have them a database that you'll have it. And here it goes directly into your phone. So you could save it in your phone. Now that's great, but how are you going to remember who you met? So you may want to add some notes. I always like to say who I met and maybe something they wore or what something we spoke about and really kind of help that conversation forward. So easy, but you see, look at these apps making all this hard, like wrong information. It's not the United Arab Emirates. No, it's the Arab Emirates. And I've been here 16 years. I should know. But you're going to make sure that you're not missing some of these small steps. Now, every day people are working on this digital world and we lose this stuff. But here, look, you can actually book a meeting with these people on the app. You can find their exhibitors, you can target them, you can find the people you want to meet inside each one of those companies. You could request the meeting, and that's exactly what this app's doing. Found this company, it has some time opening. This is all automated. Doesn't mean that they've already approved this. However, it does help you kind of lock in your schedule so you can maximize your time. You need to know exactly who you're meeting and when. You could write a message. You can add other participants from your company, right? And really simple. It gets sent to them. So they get a message. But guess where the message is? It's on the app. So if they don't log into the app, they're not going to see the message, right? This is really important because a lot of people use it and they go, oh, I didn't get any meetings. Well, guess what? They may or may not be looking at the app. This is a big event. Do you know how busy it is? If you think people are just sitting around waiting for you to request meetings, if you're a salesperson, you got another thing coming because the reality, it doesn't work like that. You need to do it a step further. Guess what? Now I know the person that I want to actually meet with. I'm going to go to their stand. I'm going to say hello and ask by name. That's going to give me a huge opportunity to really optimize this time together. So Before the event, you should have researched all this. You had plenty of time to have the app and search and track and request meetings, get the names, and basically do the outreach. A lot of times you may need to use a third-party platform to scrape maybe some data if you don't have their email or if you don't have their phone number, because those are the two other ways you need to get in touch with them. So I say LinkedIn. LinkedIn's amazing because that portal is the only portal on the planet that's doing B2B business, which means if you look credible and trustworthy, that's going to be where you want to connect with these people. And then what are you going to do? What's your CRM strategy beforehand? So if you want to engage like a pro, I'll tell you what works. You first better be practicing what your elevator pitch is. These trade shows have tons of people, right? And so if they got tons of people, guess what? That means that they don't have time to sit and talk to you for forever, right? Which is a big thing. I'm moving the screen so you can see this great information that I'm sharing. So your team, what's your elevator pitch? That means under a minute. What do you do? What's the value you bring? And what results can they expect if they work with you? So this is really important. Just practice it. Practice in front of the mirror. But your whole team should be able to kick out some of the really big value propositions of your business if you're going to this event because you have a limited time. Bam, bam, bam. Give it really strong, but it has to flow and you have to practice it for that to be strong. A lot of times people are like, oh yeah, they'll take someone on a journey of everything they do on the business. And honestly, it's too long. It's too long. Make it short, make it very impactful, and make it full of value. The other thing is qualifying questions. I can't tell you how many times I've gone up to a stand and I start talking to a sales guy and they go into a whole ramble. They're talking about their business without even asking me one question. And I'm thinking, why have they not asked me anything to qualify if I'm the right person for them to be talking to? I mean, your time is money. So are you just wasting money or what? And so many people are wasting that time. So you want to make sure you have at least 3 questions really clear. Is this the right person? Do they have my problem that I'm solving? And should we talk and really knock in a meeting? If it's not now, let's do it after the show, because that's really what happens after the show. There's a lot of opportunity there. And you want to make sure you have follow-up, because the trade show, if you're, depending on who you're targeting, are you talking to somebody that you've met before? Are you talking to your current clients that you actually have, basically have some relationship with? Great. But at the end of the day, it's about the new relationships, the new clients that you are ready to build. And that is only going to happen if you know who you're talking to. And then you can build that relationship. So number 2 is sometimes if you got your business development people on the ground, you want to make sure they are walking off the stand and talking to people, going to the panels, and really optimizing the time at the show, because just sitting there all day waiting for the right person to come by, not really the best strategy. You could really be simple and go throw it into ChatGPT or one of these AI tools and be like, what other strategies can I look at the show? And they'll tell you, guess what? You have opportunities with other businesses that have no compete. Maybe you should be building relationships with them. Maybe if you're looking for distributors or partners, how are you going to build those, right? But all this work is done before you get to the show. Now you're at the show and the show is big. How are you going to handle the whole floor? How are you going to hit as many people as you possibly can? And I say number 2 is maybe you want to consider BizzAngels, because that is exactly what we do. There's no way you are going to be able to get through the entire show floor and be at a stand. So why not outsource and hire somebody who represents your brand with class? And we talk about sophistication. They meet powerful connections for your business. So they hunt very specific and they are looking for your target clients so that you can just have a database of people to connect with, or at least they help you with the networking when you're out doing what you need to do that's important to your business. And bottom line, they can go support going to find the right people throughout the show. So they're great to use while you are busy with something else. And on average, they're doing 5 meetings, potential marketing leads meetings an hour, which is on a guaranteed level. And in most cases, doing a lot more depending on the event. But the reality is, isn't it nice just to take that stress away? Just release that stress of the uncomfortable conversation, getting up, finding out who is the person, asking, "Hi, can I talk to the general manager or someone, the decision maker?" Let all that strategy get handed off to somebody who knows how to play the game, uses their sophistication to do it, inform, train, and we'll talk about that later. So, number 3 is all about confidence, and I can't tell you how important it is. Body language. If someone is sitting on a computer, you don't want to walk up and just break that conversation and tell them, "Hey, I want to talk to you and sell you." Because the reality is you're completely disconnected from the authentic cause of what they're trying to do. You got to think about them. You got to think about the other person. And so when you're in sales and when you're connecting, it's all about what are other people there for? So if someone's there to exhibit, you better not be going in with a hard sell to go and sell them while they're trying to be at the show and sell customers, because that is a priority for them. And if you come in the middle of them acquiring new customers, probably not the best way to start a relationship, wouldn't you think? So be efficient. Set some targets. How many people do you want to meet every day? How many qualified leads do you want to meet every day? And make sure you have a target daily so you can achieve your incredible goals, because we can make sure that this is strategic. And the other part is confidence, right? So as I said, that confidence is important. It goes with body language. If you get bored and don't know what to do, go watch a body language video. There's 9 million of them online. Read a book, which is always the best way to learn new information. So you can be aware of other people's energy, other people's body, because 70% of our body tells you what's going on. The rest is all about what comes out of the mouth. So you can't trust everybody for what comes out of the mouth, because that's not the truth in most cases. So the more power you know, the more information you know, the more powerful and knowledgeable you're going to be. So really quick, the BizzAngels. This is just a case study. I have a client that didn't want to go to Saudi, sent a BizzAngel, sent her for 2 days. She hustled. She went out, she went very strategic and talked to only the people they need to collect and build relationships with for this lead generation purpose. It's all about business development. You got to get the right people to do it. And not only that, it gets exhausting after a while, and you got to do it strategically. So she was targeted to go find like the partners and distributors. And guess what happened? She found 172. 172. She got the database of names, phone numbers, emails, and we throw in LinkedIn profiles so people can connect on LinkedIn, get your reputation up there, because that's important. And clearly she got 41 marketing qualified leads. That's the right people at the right business for that client. That's a 24% conversion. Not too shabby. So if you don't want to outsource it, best of luck. But let me tell you, I want to know how your conversions are. So talk to me. Let me know. Hashtag Ask Rachel, because that's exactly where you can find me all over the internet. And I want to know, how many leads did you get at your last event? Because I'm talking to everybody all day, every day about what's going wrong. And I've seen it go wrong. So do you know that 80% of trade show leads are never followed up on? So even if you have a marketing department, what happens? Do they put them in a nurturing? Is that it? I love the clients that tell me, "Oh, we got the leads. I sent an email. Nothing happened." I'm like, of course nothing happened. People are not even responding to their friends these days. How do you think that one email is going to convert? People are bombarded with messages. Let's just give a reality check to everybody listening. The world is not waiting for your one email. It doesn't work. Marketing statistics from last year says you need to touch them 14 times before anyone remembers your brand. We're talking about a new relationship that doesn't know you. So if that's statistics, if you're expecting results with one email, let me tell you something, it's not going to happen. So you need some efficient follow-up. You need a strategy. And every day I recommend everyone you met, keep their data and send them a connection on LinkedIn. Send them a reminder. Now, what you say and how you say it, another story, right? And that's where we can go in a little further, because that's going to vary, but it really depends. You need to think fast. There's tons of connections that you've made. These people have met so many other people throughout the show. So what are you going to do that's going to make you stand out? Obviously, automation is going to be great if you do it beforehand, so you know exactly what's qualified versus what's not. It could be someone who's ice cold or has already a supplier for the same thing you do. Doesn't mean they're not a lead. It means that they're just not ready to buy from you. Wait, you got to make sure that that is tagged properly and very differently from someone who has an opportunity, that has a conversation, that needs to have a book meeting with you. So you have to be able to filter and tag them appropriately so you know exactly, did I talk to them? Did I not? Should I follow up? What should we do with them? Should we automate, connect, and nurture them, or should I actually have a sales meeting with them? And keep that engagement going. It's really important. And I say use everything. So just recently, I trained about 14 different companies coming from New Zealand to Arab Health, the trade show. We had a great solution. We basically found that we needed to make sure that everyone optimized the trade show effectively, worked on lead qualification and sales conversions, and follow-up strategies after the show to convert, because what happens at trade shows, right? We created training, we had insight training right before the show started, and people worked with their peer review of practicing their elevator pitch. They practice their qualifying questions, booking the meetings and asking for the meeting, because a lot of people don't know how to do that, but we practice it. So we had competency out in what we were trying to achieve. And guess what? We were able to achieve some increased deals in the pipeline for each and every one of those businesses. So if you're looking for those things, let me say, reach out and imagine a world where, what, we're going back. Imagine your future at the Middle East Energy Show. Imagine turning every interaction into an opportunity. Imagine the power of persuasion and getting people to book those sales meetings. Imagine winning back your time by outsourcing so you don't have to do the ground hunt on the floor. Imagine becoming unforgettable, that people don't forget who you are. And imagine closing with confidence because you understand your business and the tips and tricks of how to connect authentically and how to really build these relationships so that you can have the meeting. So here's the deal. We're able to help you. If you need help and anything that resonates from what I've said today, then you got to reach out, because I want you to power up your presence at the Middle East Energy Show. And if not this show, then the next show. We are doing it all day, every day, and we are unlocking results that work in the trade show space. Why miss out on this opportunity? You're spending so much money to be here. Every lead at a trade show is expected to cost almost $800 per lead. $800. So that's going to vary depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it. So we want to make sure that you know how to engage before the event, how to outreach and what to say for the communication, what the on-site lead conversion skills are going to be on the ground, and then obviously after you come home, what you're going to do. So this is for anybody, whether you're a company that has a team that needs a little more direction and guidance, whether you're a sales and business development person that just needs a little help to optimize your time and get those conversions and kick off those commissions, and also for teams in general that need to have something that is clear and strategized. I'm here. I've been doing it, and I exactly want to help you do it. So here's your opportunity to get a little support with the BizzAngels. They are killing it and they're dominating these shows. So why not get one on your shoulder so that you can walk the show with, and they could just call you when they got that right opportunity to do the networking, and you take the conversation forward. That means that at the show, you get multilingual support, which is very important in this region. We have pre-training, which means we give them all the information that they have in their toolbox so that they can go and drive results for you. They're targeted based on lead generation. So that's exactly what they're going to do. It's the deliverables, it's leads based on your targets, and they're going to be professional. And not only that, they're going to follow up after the show if you get too lazy and just overwhelmed, because there's a lot of work to do besides trying to convert those deals in your pipeline, right? So why not talk about some professional meeting support? Every month, they could reach out to 25 or 50 leads per week. And that's exactly what we're doing to help you and your business drive better results. So if that's interesting for you, get in touch. If not, you know what? We are launching the Human Connections community, and that's an opportunity for you to log in and basically ask questions to me live every single month. We're going to be doing it this year. We're launching really soon. So get in touch. And if you're interested about this, we're more than happy to have you in our community because it's all about elevating sales through human connections. And I'm going to show you all the tips that worked for me. I was able to drive millions of dollars worth of sales, pipeline, revenue for tons of different businesses because I've gone through this, whether it be in the US, where I learned my skills, whether it be in the Middle East, where I fine-tuned my skills, and now I'm driving education to others to really optimize their experience. So I can't thank you enough. It's been great sharing some of these tips with you today. I hope you found it really helpful. And I hope that the Middle East Energy Show is a huge success for you. I mean, I get so excited. I get so pumped up meeting all these new people and really elevating your own personal profile and who you are professionally. So I wish you best of luck. Like I said, reach out to me, hashtag Ask Rachel if you have any questions, and I would be delighted to see how I can help your business grow. Have a fabulous, fabulous show.